Going through the document yesterday, I found 2 sentences relating to the issue of retrospective recapitalisation of the banks. That's 2 sentences of 66 pages on this crucial issue, and they're on page 26. And I'm going to read it out because I think it's an important point. The Eurogroup has agreed that retroactive recapitalisation may be decided on a case-by-case basis as part of the European Stability Mechanism's direct bank recapitalisation instrument. Significant work remains to be done on the details of this instrument. I think from those 2 sentences, to my mind, Taoiseach, we can only come to the conclusion that you and your government have thrown in the towel, that you and your government have accepted that retroactive recapitalisation is not going to happen, and that you have accepted a situation whereby 40% of the cost of bailing out the EU banking system is to be borne by the state, with just 1% of the population, and that is the Irish people. Are you accepting a situation whereby each and every person in this state is saddled with €9,000 bank debt as against an average of €200 per person in the EU? And do you think this is fair, Taoiseach? Because I certainly don't. This country has an unsustainable level of debt, 200 billion and approaching 125% of our GDP this year. This is a very precarious situation to be in when dependent on the international bond market to be able to borrow at affordable interest rates. This country needs a growth rate of 4% sustained over the next decade to make this level of debt sustainable. And given the commitment of this government to a tight fiscal policy, we would need a very, very favourable international economic climate to achieve that level of growth. And there is no guarantee of that, actually quite the opposite in fact. What could and would make the debt sustainable is a debt write-down on the 64 billion bank bailout. A retrospective recapitalisation through the ESM would achieve that. Do you not agree with this, Taoiseach, and that this should be a key priority of government policy, not a footnote in your medium-term economic strategy? I just want to conclude, Taoiseach, by informing yourself that some of us haven't thrown in the towel, and I've instructed my legal team this morning to submit an appeal to the Supreme Court seeking to overturn the recent High Court decision on the promissory notes of the 2008 Financial Institution Support Act.